What is poppin', people, and welcome back to the channel, and not just any channel, the best channel on YouTube for tattoo tips, tattoo advice, tattoo streaming, tattoo vlogs, and also the new mini clip that I did, the 30-second clip, seems to be doing well, so I may do more of those. But guys, today's video is gonna be on mistakes that I made coming up in this beautiful industry of ours. So without further ado, we all know I hate the long intros. Let's get right into it. So guys, when I started out in this industry, you find out really quick that potential clients always come to you and they want a piece designing before an actual booking. And when I first started tattooing, all I wanted to do was tattoo, and I would do anything that I could to get that customer through that door. So one, I could earn some money, and two, so I could actually tattoo and get the experience of tattooing. Because without that experience, guys, you know that you're not going to get any better. So like I said, I would do everything that I could. So clients would come to me and they'd say, you know, I'm thinking about booking in with you. I want this design. Can you please design it for me? I'll check the design out, and if I want it, I'll book in. At that time, I used to be like, yeah, no worries, and I would do everything in my power, whether it was a full design or just a mock-up, to show the client something, because as artists, we can visualize stuff in our head and we see how things are going to look, but the client, if they're not artistically minded, they're not going to be able to see what you can envisage on their skin. They need an actual visual to see. But unfortunately, guys, you are gonna be wasting your time in the majority of cases. If people are serious about booking in, they will leave a deposit, and then once the deposit is left, they will trust you to come up with a design and make any revisions on the design until they like it. It is not very often that you would have somebody that you design for without them leaving a deposit, them liking the design and booking in pretty much straight away. It's not very often that happens, because to them at that point, it's just an idea. You know, they may have been on their sofa or going about their daily life, and then suddenly they walk past someone or they see something on TV and they see a nice tattoo. It's like, oh yeah, that looks cool. I'm just gonna message this guy and I'm gonna see. They're not really too serious about it at that point. So what's happening there, guys, is that everything is based on just a whim, and they're not really too serious about getting the tattoo. They just want to toy with the idea of getting a tattoo. So guys, mistake number one is designing to sell yourself to try and get some work, which swiftly guides me into mistake two, guys, and that would be designing full sleeves. Now, during consultations, you find out everything that your client wants, and you find out if they want a full sleeve or if it is a one-hit piece. Now, the majority of times, guys, they do want to sleeve up. Sleeves are pretty big at the moment and have been for a while. And what happens in your consultation is you discuss everything with your client. They leave a deposit, you go home, and it comes to designing. However, guys, my recommendation would be to design one piece at a time as opposed to a full sleeve. You do not know whether the client you are tattooing can financially commit to getting a full sleeve. They may again say that they want a full sleeve and it's a nice idea for them, but as they're getting tattooed and they realize that, you know, the tattoo's possibly taking longer and longer, the sessions may dwindle down, guys, and you may never see them again. And you have spent your time, your own time, your family time designing a full sleeve for somebody that's come and only got half or even less. So yeah, guys, just stick to the piece that you are doing on that particular session and design just that particular piece that they are booked in for, rather than designing a full sleeve and potentially wasting your time. Now guys, on to tip number three, which would be to not cap off a piece. Now what I mean by that is a lot of clients come in and they say they want just a one-hit piece. So what you end up doing, guys, is you design for a one-hit piece and you don't think about the composition or placement of any future tattoos. You just slap it on there. What often happens then is the client loves the tattoo and then suddenly they start to think about sleeving up. But because you've done a one-hit piece and you've not thought about any future tattoos that you may have to do, and you make it harder on yourself for you to continue that tattoo into another tattoo to keep the flow nice. So what I like to do, guys, is I like to leave the tattoo open, nice and light at the top and on the sides and on the bottom, depending on where the placement is, giving you more playroom with flow and placement. So my next tip would be taking on work that you just aren't feeling or that you are not good at. It's just a quick tip, guys, but nobody talks about good tattoos and everybody talks about bad tattoos. Just remember that. Do not be taking on any work that you do not feel comfortable with. And what happens, guys, is you end up doing the tattoo just for money. You don't pull it off, and boom, you've just potentially ruined everything that you've been working hard for up until that point. Sometimes you may feel that you are being forced into doing a tattoo, but please stand your ground. If you do not feel comfortable, do not do the tattoo. You need to be going into a tattoo 100% confident. Don't get me wrong. You do need to push yourself, okay? You do need to push yourself on a tattoo to get better. However, for example, I am a black and grey realism guy. I have no experience on doing traditional tattoos. I don't have enough experience doing Japanese tattoos, especially Japanese tattoos. There's a lot that goes into Japanese tattoos other than just koi fishers. Japanese tattoos tell a story. There needs to be a certain flow. There's there's the fables behind Japanese tattooing, and I just don't know enough about that to be able to pull off a successful Japanese sleeve or tattoo, so I don't do them. Technical wise, would I be able to make it look good? Yeah, of course I would. But if I did a Japanese tattoo and then my client went to Japan and somebody saw it, they'd just get laughed at, and that'd look bad on me because I just don't do it. So basically, guys, long story short, I just wouldn't do that because I know that I cannot make the best job possible. My last tip, guys, would be being told that you are not good enough. Do not listen to anybody that tells you that you are not good enough. For the simple fact of, it does not matter how good you are or how good you get. You could be the single greatest tattoo artist in the world, and I guarantee that there will still be people out there that do not like your work. Do not let that dishearten you, guys. You will be told coming up through the industry that you aren't very good. You will be told that you need to work harder. You will be told everything. What you've got to realize is some people may be saying these things out of jealousy because they want to be where you are. So they want to bring you down to their mindset because they may not be confident. So if they're not feeling confident at where they are at, then they'll tend to try to bring people down to their level because, misery loves company, as the saying goes. So do not listen to negativity based towards you or anyone or anything in the industry. Stay in your lane and concentrate on yourself and let everything else go straight above your head. But guys, that is all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Please head over to my tattoo tips playlist. Check out, there is a full array of different topics on there. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to turn on bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a new video. But guys, I shall see you all in the next one. Peace!